is March 1st, and we are now just getting ready to clean up my garden. I have my busy bees here helping me out, my grandchildren, and lots of work to do. A lot of clearing up, cleaning, getting rid of old plants, dried up vines, and we're gonna be doing some cleaning of all these weeds on our raised beds, get them ready for planting. And I sowed my seeds a little late this year, but it's not too late anyway. I got them started. I'll show you in a little while after I take a shot of my grandchildren at work here in the garden. And whoa, what a mess. Oh, hard to walk on this. And as you could see, you can see all these weeds right in the raised bed. There are actually some, that looks like some kind of brassica growing right there, a volunteer brassica, which will be fed to my poultry, to my chicken. Okay, and this, pardon me, got this big mess here. This raised bed still got lots of mustard, as you can see, mustard greens. One thing about mustard, you could always rely on this for your winter green if you run out of other type of greens. But mustard, as well as back there, those are red Russian kale, I believe. I'm gonna pick some of it and then we'll pull out the rest, pull the rest up and give some to the chicken and the rest to the compost. So lots of things to do in my garden. Look at this raised bed, covered with chickweeds and all types of weeds here. Oh, I gotta give my grandchildren a little bit of instruction. Some of the plants that looks like weeds are actually not weeds. This raised bed here still have lots of green onions and lots of weeds that must be pulled out as well. And what a mess. That's my blueberry bush. Is starting, they're all in bloom. So on this bed here, my husband is just now, this is the only bed that did not get cleaned. My grandchildren did not get cleaned up, but my husband is cleaning it up now. And there are some brassicas there, kales, and yeah, they're all kale, it looks like. We'll pull them out, give them to the chicken, let them have their feast on those greens. And my husband's cleaning up all of the weeds from this raised bed, and we are planning to plant some onions. Somebody gave us onions that are rooting already. They're starting to sprout, and so I'll give it a go, take my chances. I know it's a bit late to planting onion, because usually onion prefer a much milder weather than we're heading to. Come summer, they tend to bolt. The heat of summer tends to cause the onion to bolt, and so we'll give it a go anyway, since you know me, I don't like to waste anything that's sprouting, which could be a potential food plants in my garden. So somebody gave us a whole bag of sprouting onions, and we're gonna put them in here along with these onions. Those are Egyptian onions, which I have since last year, and as you can see, it's doing very well. I have been harvesting and cooking from these onions. I love it. And actually, and this raised bed here, this as well is not been prepped yet, but we do have some bunching onions here that I planted late last year, and it's coming up, still coming up really nice now. And this, I believe, is garlic. That one over there is garlic, and several onions growing. Do have a lot of weeds that needs to be cleaned up. and that's why we're here. Onions are heavy feeder, so I'm not worried about fertilizing them right now, but I do want to give them a head start by putting some of the black cow in there, and then in about 2 to 3 days, you see those depression or that little ditch in the middle. We're going to fortify that with all the fertilizer that the plant will need, all the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and some extra nutrients such as azomite, etc. And for now, black cow compost will be sufficient because we're just going to put all the onion set on the ground. What we're doing is spacing them 4 to 6 inches apart, and don't bury them too deep. The top of that should be showing, and as you can see where that sprout is at, and we're gonna keep that up from 4 to 6 inches apart, and in about 3 to 4 days we'll be back here to replenish the soil even more. And as you can see, because I planted late this year, and here are my Cherokee purple tomatoes. It's a bitter melon. These are Thai chili or cayenne peppers, some jalapenos, and eggplant seedlings. They are very small still, but I believe within 2 weeks it should be in a transplanting size. And here I have my battle gourd, some more jalapeno peppers right there, and on this side we have more peppers, jalapeno peppers, chili peppers, all kinds of peppers. As you know, we enjoy our spicy food. Here we have cucumbers, more tomatoes, more peppers, squash, bitter melon, and at the back, of course, pardon the noise, more peppers. Those are basically jalapeno, cayenne, etc. Okay, so far I have my cosmos flowers here,